Conor McGregor laughs at latest developments in Jake Paul vs Eddie Hearn lawsuit in deleted tweet. Conor McGregor is clearly amused by Jake Paul's ongoing legal battle with Eddie Hearn. The UFC star is known to be in talks for a potential exhibition boxing match against either Jake or Logan Paul in India next year. Initially, McGregor confirmed that a bout against Logan was a possibility. However, it's since been reported that Jake could turn out to be the opponent after all. This would be the culmination of a heated rivalry between the pair, which began when Paul first called out McGregor in a series of personal attacks several years ago. McGregor has not often given recognition to Paul to even respond to him. When he has fired back though, he has been far from complimentary of the YouTuber-turned-boxer. On Friday, the latest developments in Paul's ongoing lawsuit with Eddie Hearn were posted on social media by Fred Beck of Fred Talks Fighting. McGregor reacted to the fact that Hearn is still suing Paul by quote-tweeting Beck's tweet with a crying laughing emoji. He then quickly deleted this post just minutes later. In 2022, Hearn sued Paul after the American did an interview in which he accused the Brit of paying boxing judge Glenn Feldman following the results of the Alexander Usyk vs Anthony Joshua rematch and Katie Taylor vs Amanda Serrano. Feldman came under fire for scoring the rematch for AJ, which ultimately was a split decision in Usyk's favor. Paul was particularly unhappy with how Feldman had Taylor winning by a score of 97-93 earlier in the year, contributing to a split decision defeat for Serrano, who Paul promotes under his MVP banner. After the second debatable scorecard from Feldman, Paul let his prior frustrations be known. Speaking during an interview with IFL TV, which has since been removed from YouTube, Paul said, "I still think Amanda Serrano won the fight over Katie Taylor. Then you see how this judge Glenn Feldman, who had the biggest gap between Taylor and Serrano. Everyone pretty much had it a draw, or that Amanda won. But there's this judge, Glenn Feldman, who scored it such a big gap for Taylor, gave rounds that Amanda clearly won, to Taylor. Everyone who watched the fight knows, it's not a split decision. Usyk had a runaway victory, clearly won the fight. This judge, Glenn Feldman, gives it to Anthony Joshua. It's like a repeated crime here." Hearn did not take kindly to these remarks. The Matchroom boxing boss filed a lawsuit which, according to his lawyer Frank Salzano, sees him seeking damages in excess of $100 million. In September, Paul attempted to have this lawsuit dismissed, but failed. He has since fired back by launching a counter-lawsuit of his own, though at present the case remains ongoing with conferences to try and agree a settlement having taken place in recent weeks.